Squeeze gang.
We back with another one, man. Chirac, legend.
Fram.
Rondonumbanine, rapper Snuck RPG in Chicago. I remember that like yesterday.
For sure.
Photo grade.
I'm still out there.
Mm-hmm.
Catching highlight.
Let's fix ourselves, my folks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we gotta fix ourselves up. Let's come over here. I like this little corner over here now. That's my favorite now. That's my favorite now.
Yeah.
Let's just connect to the TV. Let's get it though.
Alright, what is up, everybody? We gotta talk about the situation in Chicago that is infamous. It's a moment in history, and that's the time that an anti-tank rocket launcher was found in the streets of Chicago, and the whole city damn near had a panic attack. Now, this story takes place in 2013-2014, right at the height of the Chicago drill scene. This is when Chicago was coined as Chirac. And the reason they called it Chirac was because the death toll in the city was climbing up so high that it resembled the death toll of American soldiers fighting overseas in the Middle East, in Iraq, and Afghanistan.
Look at the numbers. More than Afghanistan and Iraq together.
Facts.
Crazy.
He's spiraling out of
Now, the fact that Chicago adopted this name Chirac, and it just so happens that a bazooka, a rocket launcher, was found in Chicago during the same time, that's some sick shit. So in 2013...
Imagine your ops pull up on you with a bazooka.
And sorry y'all, I'm trying to get them. So it's still gonna be ignorant black motherfuckers that they know he got one of those, and on the other side they gonna be like, fuck out of here, we gonna clap that nigga, we ain't gonna get a chance to shoot that shit. You got niggas on the other side hype as a motherfucker, like, man, fuck that nigga, we don't care about it. He gonna give that one shot off, shit, all of us ain't gonna die. Yo, the hood is funny as fuck, I ain't gonna lie. I'm telling you, it's gonna be one ignorant motherfucker like, I don't give a fuck about that shit, nigga. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm dead ass. It's gonna be one.
The Chicago police had received intel that somebody in the 3rd District of Chicago had gotten their hands on an
A rocket launcher. Not just one, but two. Shocking? Not to police who've seen it before.
But before we get into this video, I have to give a big shout out to today's sponsor, and that's the awesome team over at Grade Miners. If you guys are really struggling right now trying to complete your essays, trust me, I feel your pain, but don't worry, Grade Miners has you covered. Literally go to their website and choose.
Cause y'all gotta know.
How do you...
That's when y'all hit the like button. If y'all didn't already get it.
Yeah, hit that like.
You feel me?
You get your hands on a rocket launcher in the U.S. Well, it's really not that hard. Now, the rocket launcher that Rondo was in possession of is actually called an AT-4. Now, these were built in Sweden, but mainly used by the American military.
So that shit was built in Sweden.
And the other day on Instagram, I seen a kid did a project on L.A. Capone.
What?
A school project, like a documentary, bro. He had him on the screen. He was standing up in front of the class, like, bro. I was like, yo, that is crazy.
Legend.
Word.
To give soldiers a means to destroy armored vehicles or fortifications in the
L.A. Capone story dropping in the mix of this. The L.A. Capone story come out at 4 a.m. So it's gonna be out when this came out. Okay. So yeah, go like the L.A. Capone story. I did it the other day. I posted it.
This was used in the Afghan war, and the reason the military loved these weapons at first was because they were extremely easy to use. You basically pull them out of the package, aim through the sights, take the safety off, pull the trigger, and boom, shit explodes. But the same way that these AT-4s were extremely mobile and extremely practical for people to pull out and fire and keep moving.
This little dumbass nigga went straight to the grave with it though. Like, niggas was bugging.
They was doing so much out there. They thought that nothing. They was taking pictures with guns like it was nothing, bro. I'm not gonna lie,
he posted that bazooka. I know the ops was like
dead ass.
Nigga, I'm staying in the house, and they didn't even say to stay in the house.
Nope.
He coming to blow the house
up, down, whatever. Yeah. Boom. They live in complexes.
was also that you could only fire it once. It only came with one
See?
unit of ammunition,
What I
and after
said.
that, the launcher was pretty much useless. You
Okay.
discarded it. These launchers were extremely cost-effective
one
and cheap.
rocket.
You could buy one of these for $1,500. Now, what's crazy in America, you can actually buy a rocket launcher without a background check, without a 4473. But each projectile, basically the thing that blows up, is considered a destructive device in America, and it requires a specific tax stamp from the ATF. And the going rate for these is $200 and extremely, extremely difficult to get. And usually you're put on a waiting list for 4 to 12 months. So, while it's highly unlikely, there are rare instances where someone could actually have a bazooka with the rocket and is able to shoot. So when the police came across these photos of Rondo holding this AT-4 anti-tank rocket launcher, they posted a bulletin, they let people in the neighborhood know, and they also made plans to go intervene, track down Rondonumbanine, and get to the bottom of it. Now, we don't know the specifics of what happened, but of course Rondo took to Twitter and he posted basically angry that people were blowing up his spot. He was even saying, right, like, who the fuck would do something with a rocket launcher? He was pretty mad that these photos of him with a bazooka were getting a lot of attention. Don't post a photo with you in a rocket launcher then, my guy. Now, we don't really know what happened. Eventually, Rondo ended up deleting the photo of him with the rocket launcher, but shortly after, another photo surfaced, and a different rapper known as P. Rico posted a photo to Instagram of a rocket launcher leaning up on his door. We don't know if it's the same one.
What the fuck? Where these niggas get these rockets from, bro?
He's getting rockets. Chill.
Bro, these niggas got rocket launchers, bro. What the fuck? These niggas is wildin'.
They ready.
Clearly, there's a connect in Chicago that's hooking people up with rocket launchers. Now, when it comes down to it, if he could have used the rocket launcher or not, really kind of stupid anyways. The rocket launcher would have been highly ineffective. Most people in the States who carry guns don't know how to fire it anyways. Most people could not shoot the ocean from a boat. So I don't know what the purpose when you're walking around the south side of Chicago with a bazooka, like, it's not effective. Unless you're aiming to, take out someone's grandma's place or something, it's kind of pointless. But for real, it was probably just a prop, right? It was something to post on the Instagram, like, look, I got a fucking rocket launcher. I mean, he's got a song called Taliban, so he's probably just trying to stick with the brand. And of course, this was good promo for Rondo. All the blogs picked it up. His music videos were doing millions of views. But unfortunately, in 2014, Rondo and another rapper known as C-Day were charged in the murder of a cab driver, where they basically pulled up to his cab and they shot him 7 times. And now, Rondo is currently serving 39 years in prison for that murder.
Free him, man. They about to be doing Rondo like they've been doing Max B for the last 15 years. Rondo coming home next year. Rondo coming home next year. Max B been coming home since 2008, man. That nigga still ain't here. Free Max, though. Free Rondo. Free C-Day. Free Killer, for sure. Fuck all them niggas. Free Killer. Yeah. Free
So the lesson is, while the bazooka may not have been deployed to destroy, it definitely was an illustration of what was going on in Chicago at the time and how bad it got. Anyway,
like, comment, subscribe.
You feel me?
You feel me? That's it. Just like, comment,
Make sure you do that, man. Get
That's
the
it.
bell.
Finish this motherfucker
Because
with
we
it.
working.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all gonna get all of it. So just make sure y'all tune in. Squeeze.
Them ways.